everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica and today I have my Painter's Pan update. We have been doing this since September, the 1st of September in 2020. This was created by Liz. She used to be Kooky Pans, she's now Shiny Happy Pans, and what could we possibly love more than Liz and Shiny Happy Pans in our collection? This is basically a project paying homage to project painters in this community, this amazing painting community. I love it. I have discovered so many painters this way, and I intend to keep this going for quite some time until I run out of painters, which might be never. So I started with 10. That was what the original intent was, so I've kept it at 10. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming, but I do like the fact that, you know, I keep the list going. There is going to be a list down below of everyone that has been in this project thus far. I think I went back and I fixed it on everything, so hopefully all of the painters that I have done already are down there, as well as the current painters, anyone that I would talk about in this video today. So I am actually going to be talking about 12 painters today because I have 2 that are rolling out, and I will be rolling 2 in. I am always happy to roll new painters in. I am always sad when I have to roll painters out because some products just go faster than others, and that's just the name of the game, I suppose. Some people have been in here for a hot minute, a hot year and a half or so. It's been a while. And those are 2 that I am going to be starting with. So the first one is Andrea. She's pretty as a peacock. If you aren't watching her, why? Because she's amazing. She does some gorgeous eye looks. And I chose a beautiful, colorful eyeshadow for her. This is Bare Minerals Mineral Shadow in the shade Lime. I pressed it into here. It was a loose powder shadow, you know, like a typical Bare Minerals shadow. I have slightly expanded the pan since the last update, but my goal is actually to finish this, and I'm hoping now that most of my trying to hit pan is over. I mean, obviously I'm still trying to hit some pans, but that is not my focus anymore, so I'm hoping that I can really get some good time in on this and actually get it done in the new year. Probably not going to be done in January or anything like that, but I should start making much better progress on this now. Next up is Jenn. She is Project Beauty here on YouTube. She is on Instagram, but I, for the life of me, cannot remember what name she uses on there. I know there's a bunch of X's and O's on it, but I cannot remember it because this is my brain, and this is my brain on Thanksgiving Day at midnight. So, well, I guess it's technically the day after. It's Black Friday, technically. But anywho, that's not the point. She does also many amazing eye looks, and she has the best eyebrows. She really does. I probably should have put an eyebrow product in for her, but, you know, hindsight is 20/20. I brought in an eyeshadow because she does such good eye looks. And this is Forest Eve. This is from Coastal Scents. It's a hot pot. I am slowly working over there to hit side pan, but my goal for this is also to finish it, just like the lime shadow that I just showed you. It is going to take a while, but this is by far one of my favorite green eyeshadows, so I'm very happy to keep this in here. I've got my pretty little girl here next to me, so she's going to be keeping me company while I am going through all of these panners. All right, next up is another panner that has been in here for quite some time. My dog is all pushy. Greta's a pushy girl. This is for Brown Eyed Girl Cherise. She is on YouTube, and then she's off YouTube, then she's on it. I don't know what, you know, when she's going to be back, if she's going to be back, who knows, but I have watched her for many, many years. I was very excited when she did come back, and I hope she does come back again in the future. This is from a palette that she sent me, and I depotted it because I went on a depotting kick a few years ago, and, you know, now I have to pan all those things. So this is from the BH Cosmetics Bubs Beauty B palette. This is the shade Confident. I brought this in. It was virtually brand new. I think when I brought it in, it's been in here for quite some time, and it is so close to being done. So hopefully I can get this done by the next update. I do think I can, which, you know, it's not a lot of product. I actually do have it in my crease today on my lower lash line and such. It is a gorgeous shade, and I'm going to be very sad when it's gone. One, because it's a beautiful shadow, but also rolling Cherise out. But that is the nature of panning. It just happens that way. I have more BH Cosmetics. This is the Lost in Los Angeles palette. I have 2 panners in this one. The first one is Cece. She's the diva next door. She was co-creator in the 50 Shades series, starting with pink pink is what started it all. So I have a pink shadow in here that I am working on for her. And my goal is actually to finish it. It is 90210. That is the shade. I have like a little mini pan in there. Hopefully you can see right in there. Like I've had pan and I'm slightly expanding it, but I think I've hit one of those like square rings on it. So it's got like that funky little extra pan there, and it's going to take a while. It's going to be a little bit. And then we have Linda from Linda Loves Life. Just absolutely adore her and her dedication to her Pan That palettes. Even if she doesn't finish them, she will continue to work on things. And in the past, she's had silvers and blacks and other things that have just lived on forever, and she's stuck with it. And I decided to bring in a silvery shade for her. It is kind of like a silver with a slight bit of blue in it. My goal is to hit pan on this. I'm getting there. I have used it, but because it's not a preferred shade, because I'm not really into blue or silver, and this is kind of like a combo of both, it's taken me a hot minute. So I'm just going to keep working on it, and hopefully I will hit pan on that sometime in the near future. But that's okay if Linda hangs out for a while too. Next is my first rollout. This is for Hayleigh, someone else that has been on the tubes and has kind of left the tubes. I don't know where she is. She is not someone that I talk to in real life, and I really hope she comes back. I hope she's well, and I hope she comes back. So anyway, I brought in a product that she had panned, and I knew I had it in my collection, so I decided to pan it as well. This is the Ola Henriksson Banana Bright Sun-Kissed Face Primer. This was an interesting product. I actually really did like it, but it actually has a little bit of a tanner in it. So I noticed when I would use it, my palms would kind of look a little bit tan. It was a little strange, but I did like the product a whole lot. It almost doesn't look like I finished it because there is air in this, but it is empty. I actually used it to the point where it sucked down and nothing else would come out of it. No air, no nothing. And I wasn't sure if I had gotten everything out because sometimes you just can't tell. So I was like really twisting this hard to see if I could get this off the packaging. It didn't come off, but what it did was it kind of broke that seal so that air got in there, and now it's not like sucked in like it was before. This was completely sucked in. So I don't know if I'll cut this open or not just to see if there's anything left in there. I can see daylight through it, but you never know what's down in this pump area. So I might cut it open. If I do, I might get an extra day or two out of it. I did really like it a lot, so I'm going to be okay with, getting an extra day or two if there is any product left in there. Next painter is Dora. She's Fuchsia Soul. Love her, love her, love her. Dora, you need to do an ASMR channel. I'm just saying, it needs to happen. I am doing a Noby Project Pan, inspired by her, who is inspired by Jessica Payne, and I decided to pick one of my problem categories, which is also a Noby category. It is lipsticks. I am not a lipstick girl, but I own them. I need to use them. I brought in the e.l.f. Moisturizing Lipstick in Wink Pink. That's what she looks like right there. I actually do have this on my lips today over top of a warm kind of lip liner. And it's not something I wear all the time, but I am making some progress. I went from this purple, which you can barely see, to the white. It is literally just under the purple, but I used it and I made a little bit of progress, and I wanted to show it because when you're working with products that is not something that not that I dislike it, I'm not hate panning, but it's not like a preferred thing. You got to show your progress to stay motivated on it. So that's what I'm doing with this one. And hopefully sometime, maybe in the next year or so, I can have that one done. Another panner that I am rolling out, I'm kind of sad about it because Kezia she's an interesting girl. She's a lot of fun, and I really appreciate her personality, especially the video that she did recently when she got her new lights, because I am like her. I need a lot of bright light. It was just so cool to see how giddy she was when she got her new bright lights and how much better it made her feel. I can totally relate to that. Totally, I am that way. I have all these bright lights in my face right now, and I love it. It feels like a bright sunny day, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy that about her personality. And I also enjoy her dedication to panning. She did I think it's not No Pan Left Behind. Pan in every palette, that's what it is. She did pan in every palette. She wanted to make sure she hit pan in every single palette that she owned, and I was inspired by that. When I brought her in, I think she had 3 palettes left to go, so I was kind of cheering her on by bringing in a palette that did not have any pan, and I wanted to hit pan on a shade in here, just kind of in solidarity, wanting to make sure that she had that support so that she could get all of her pans. And I am happy to say that I have hit the pan. I'm sad she's rolling out, but I am happy that I did hit pan in another palette. This is the ColourPop California Love palette. I used one shade the whole time. I didn't touch any of the other shades, which is kind of crazy. So this is the shade Gnarly right here. It is darker than it looks in the pan, but I did hit pan on it, so it is rolling out. I struggled with this one because I wanted to use it to set my brow area, and it didn't work for that. It was just too dark, so I used it to blend out aggressive creases. You know, we all get that way, get a little aggressive, and you have to blend it out and make it a little bit more tame. Yeah, that is how I use that one. So Kezia is rolling out. I am sad that she is rolling out. Happy to have the pan. Moving on to the next one. Laura Takenaga, she created the I Heart the 90s project pan for the Fantastic Ladies. 90s were one of those decades where I struggle understanding a lot of like the pop culture of it because I was out in the workforce. I was living in Nevada at the time, and I enjoyed Nevada a whole lot, but I was not into a lot of the pop culture because I was working a couple of jobs. I was just busy adulting. You know how that goes. And so I struggled with this panning project because a lot of the references I just don't get. I don't get it. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe it was just the time in my life where I wasn't in tune with that kind of stuff. But I decided to pick one of the prompts from her project, and I chose Jurassic Park because I understand it. I understand my oldest son is like a junkie for the whole Jurassic Park, Jurassic World series. He is a dinosaur fanatic. So I felt like a kindred spirit with this particular prompt, and that asks for your oldest product. And I went into my highlighters and I picked out my oldest highlighter, which is the e.l.f. Moonlight Pearls. It is a baked highlighter. It is my absolute favorite highlighter that I've ever owned. It is going to take 100 years to pan it, and my goal is to use this 20 times because there is no way that I am going to finish this in like the next 60 years. So I just want to use it 20 times. I've only used it twice, and I think it's because I've split time with other things. I need to spend a little bit more time with that. It is gorgeous, and it needs some love. All right, moving on to Jessica Payne. I brought her in also because of the Noby project pan, since she inspired Dora. Dora inspired me and Caena and Ruth and a lot of other people. She's just one of those slow, steady panners. She just does her thing. She stays in her lane. She knows what she wants to work on. She knows what her goals are, and she keeps at it no matter how long it takes. And she is one of those self-admitted slow panners, but she still does it, and I totally respect that. And I love watching her updates. Even if it's just a little bit of progress, it is forward progress. And, you know, that is all you can ask in this community is just, you know, be positive and keep doing your thing. However long it takes, don't compare yourself to others, and just, you know, keep going. And so I decided to bring in another problem category for her since she's doing Noby Project Pan. And blushes is another problem category for me. So I brought in the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in Party. It is one that I would like to finish. I'm making progress on it. The pan expansion is very minimal, but I am using it, and that is what counts. So I think Jessica would understand that, you know, slow and steady wins the race. And that is definitely the case with this blush. All right, that is all of the panners that were in this project previously. You've got my 2 rollouts. I'm sad to see Hayleigh and Kezia go, but I'm very happy to bring in 2 new panners. I decided for one that I was going to really make a concerted effort to pick someone from Instagram. I feel like I neglect Instagram greatly. I neglect posting. I neglect, you know, spending time on there. I don't have a lot of time. So sometimes I skip over Instagram. But I wanted to make sure I picked an Instagrammer. This time I have brought in LJ. She is Nobody Puts Makeup in the Corner. And I love it. I love her feed. I love her personality. I did struggle. I've been wanting to bring her in for a while. I struggled a lot because we have vastly different collections and I just didn't know what to bring in for her. So I kept perusing her feed and going back into some of the older stuff, which wasn't too old, but I ended up having to bring in a nail polish for her because our other makeup stuff, our skincare, is just not the same. So I didn't know what to bring for her personality because, you know, things that you see on like as a picture or written text, you don't get a good feel sometimes for someone's personality. So I didn't have that to fall back on like I do with YouTube, like you get the quirks and the nuance and stuff like that. So I picked a polish for her that she has used recently, and I'm excited because it's one of my favorite colors. This is China Glaze Little Green Monsters. It's like got the most beautiful shift in it. It is like a nice olive green, which is my favorite color, green, and it's kind of got like a red and gold shift to it. So I'm going to enjoy using this. I'm going to bring this in for 5 uses. I don't wear the same polish over and over and over again generally, so she's going to be in here for a little bit, especially since I'm working on trying to finish using all of my other nail polishes in my collection at least once before the end of the year. So 5 uses in here for LJ. She's going to be linked down below. And I have one other panner to bring in. I'm going to be bringing in Nicke. She is the creator of the Charmed panning project for the Fantastic Ladies, The Power of Pan. Love that project. I am a Charmed fan. I have watched it since the beginning. I own the Book of Shadows, the whole DVD collection. Like, total fangirl over that project. I've decided to bring in one of the prompts from her project. I chose the Book of Shadows, and that is pick a palette to do as no pan left behind style. And since I neglected this palette right here, except for the one shade that I use for Kezia to hit pan on, I decided I'm going to do this no pan left behind style, which means I have to use every single shadow in here at least once. And the reason I picked this one, because I neglected it, and 2, it's California Love. The whole entire show takes place in San Francisco, California. It made sense in my brain, maybe not others, I don't know. So we are going to see if I can use every single shadow in here before I roll that one out. Whew, this has been a long video. All right, I'm going to wrap this up before my camera overheats. And like I said, it's Thanksgiving, so I need to go get some sleep. All right, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until I see you in my next video, have a beautiful day.